morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it really does mean the world to me, okay? But with that being said, we're talking about Quant Network, okay? Now, if y'all remember about maybe a week or two ago, I did a video and I highlighted my boy CYPRX because he was talking about a closed door meeting between Quant Network CEO, who was also in the room, but it was Innovate Finance and it was the Digital Pound Foundation. It was a closed door meeting that happened about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. At least it was, the pictures leaked then, right? Well, now, know that that closed door meeting has turned into a full-on integration and partnership. And who is the common denominator on both sides of that? Which is Gilbert Verdian and Quant Network, who has an interoperable blockchain solution that can do exactly what these two entities, both the Digital Pound Foundation and Innovate Finance in the UK, seek and acquire to do. Follow what's being laid out, these breadcrumbs, and pick up these gems about Quant and put them inside your token, inside your pouch. As a matter of fact, talking about token and pouches, you guys, the decent wallet, understand, not your keys, not your crypto. This is a self-custody wallet. You have the wallet and then you have the card version, okay, you guys? The links are in the description below. If you want a safe, trusted exchange, crypto.com is the one that I use. The link is in the description below. But with that being said, let's hop back into these gems about Quant Network, okay? So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to jump into a refresher video. It's just going to be a small clip talking about their closed door meeting between Innovate Finance and the Digital Pound Foundation. And you'll see people like Gilbert in attendance. Gilbert Verdian, for those who don't know, is the CEO of Quant Network, who has a interoperable blockchain technology, Overledger, their software as a service, okay? Follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere. And this interoperable blockchain technology is now tied to at least 2 global standards and an internet protocol. That's all I'm saying. Follow me on this, okay? But here we go. That first video is my boy CYPRX, and we're diving into that closed door meeting.
We are delighted to host Matthew Long, Director of Payments and Digital Assets, and Jane Moore, Head of Payments and Digital Assets, at our first joint Innovate Finance and Digital Pound Foundation Roundtable, where we discussed their crypto roadmap and how the work to consult and implement it is currently being divided up. Great to see so many members, including Matthew Osborne, and it goes on to say some more members, and then it mentions Gilbert Verdian, right? Obviously, of course, the CEO of Quant Network. And if we see here is some pictures from that roundtable discussion. I believe this gentleman right here sitting in the 2nd row on the right-hand side is Gilbert Verdian. We can kind of tell by his little bald spot on the top of his head. But yeah, so this just goes to prove that Quant, even though they're not on X anymore and everybody was kind of freaking out about that, they are still sitting in on these closed door meetings, helping build out the future financial infrastructure with large organizations and representatives from within the industry, okay? And if we even head over here to Innovate Finance, you can also see their members directory list. Quant still exists right there directly on their website. So I thought that that was interesting just to show you guys some recent closed door roundtables that Quant has recently participated in, right?
Now, y'all just saw that little closed door meeting and what was trying to come of it. Now, understand that closed door meeting has now turned into a public announcement of a partnership, okay? They are working together. And remember what I said, who is their common denominator? Gilbert Verdian, Quant Network, and Overledger, their software as a service, their interoperable blockchain solution that has already been mentioned by things like UK.gov as the world's first true interoperable DLT solution for enterprise. Follow what's truly being laid out in front of us about QNT, the token that powers that network. People have a lot of things as far as, I hear a lot, these comments. Sometimes I erase comments so y'all don't have to see them. Does this make sense? But people have a lot to say in regards to how things won't be used and how QNT and how it's a dead network and a lot. But to me, the proof is in the pudding. As long as this company continues to keep making announcements on a global scale or a governmental scale about countries' currency, then I'm gonna keep listening, keep tapping in, and keep doing what I do, picking up these gems, if you know what I mean. Not financial advice. But here we go. This next video is coming from my boy, MF Crypto. He is going over the official announcement of the coupleization of the Digital Pound Foundation and UK's Innovate Finance. And I'll be right back.
Big press release here. This is from over at Innovate Finance. The Digital Pound Foundation officially becomes part of Innovate Finance here. Big announcement, guys. This was dated the 4th of March, 2025. So less than 2 weeks ago. Innovate Finance, the industry body for UK FinTech, and the Digital Pound Foundation have officially joined forces today. They will lead the charge in what will be a critical year for digital money in the UK and around the world. The UK has the opportunity to build a leading global center for digital assets and digital money, developing the best regulatory regime in the world for stablecoin innovation and adoption, making the UK the go-to market for stablecoins. The Digital Pound Foundation, under the Innovate Finance umbrella, will continue to shape the future of digital money in the UK as the Bank of England and HM Treasury progress on a digital pound, a stablecoin framework, and the UK's national payments vision. The foundation remains committed to positioning the UK as a leader in financial innovation, fostering a dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable economy. The Digital Pound Foundation brings together a diverse range of members and partners, from corporates to startups, as well as leading experts from the financial, technology, and regulatory sectors. The DPF's active membership reflects a wealth of expertise and perspectives, ensuring a balanced approach to the complex challenges and opportunities posed by digital money. With resources and support from the broader Innovate Finance team, DPF members will benefit from the expertise from across the two organizations and continue the forward momentum of this agenda. Janine Hurt, CEO of Innovate Finance, said, "The accomplishments of the Digital Pound Foundation to establish such a vibrant and dedicated community over the past 3 years is a testament to their outstanding expertise and credibility. We are excited to announce this new acquisition, which will deepen our engagement in and support of critical fintech verticals that are primed for growth. We are looking forward to combining forces and driving this important work forward." Claire Conby, from the head of Digital Pound Foundation, commented, "The Digital Pound Foundation has been on an incredible journey, and I am extremely proud of what the team has achieved since inception. Now, under Innovate Finance, the DPF has a fantastic opportunity to amplify its advocacy efforts and to ensure that it continues to deliver impact within the industry. I am very much looking forward to working with the Innovate Finance team alongside our members, partners, industry leaders, and policymakers to shape the future of digital money."
New technologies are allowing for the emergence of new forms of digital money and new ways and devices to pay for goods and services with it. International developments have the potential to affect the UK domestically and our position as a global leader in finance. Ensuring that public trust in money remains high and that forms of money and payments meet the evolving needs of individuals and businesses are fundamental responsibilities of the government on which Parliament must have its say. We're determined that the UK should remain at the forefront of innovation in money, payments and financial services. This is part of the government's vision for a technologically advanced, sustainable and open financial services sector. A sector that's globally competitive and acts in the interests of communities and citizens, creating jobs, supporting businesses and powering growth across all parts of the United Kingdom. A UK digital pound would be a new form of digital money for use by households and businesses for their everyday payments needs. The digital pound would be a new form of sterling, similar to a digital banknote and issued by the Bank of England. For people and businesses, the experience of using a digital pound will be very similar to using other forms of digital money. For example, it will be accessible online via smartphones and computers, as well as through cards that could be used at point-of-sale terminals.
Now, you just saw that. And for those who might say, okay, that's cool, but I haven't seen either one of them mention anything about Quant Network specifically. So what I'm going to go through is another little blast from Passions real fast and show you literally the Digital Pound Foundation and them specifically mentioning Quant Network by name when talking about their processes.
The Digital Pound Foundation put out a great post. The Bank of England and the HM Treasury are actively exploring the feasibility of a digital pound, a potential complement to physical cash in the UK. With growing interest in how this initiative could shape the future of money, we've written this blog to provide a clear factual overview of their progress and timeline. And here is the very quick summary. The design phase, 2025 to 2026, focuses on developing a comprehensive blueprint and conducting technical experiments. A decision on whether to proceed is expected in 2026 based on the digital pound's alignment with financial stability and inclusion goals. If approved, legislation and infrastructure development could see the digital pound launched in the late 2020s. Here's the progress. Public consultations have gathered input from businesses, academics, and the public. Key milestones include the Digital Pound Technology Working Paper and experiments like Project Rosalind, in which Quant Network, a founding member of the Digital Pound Foundation, played a pivotal role. Yeah, they were actually the enabler of API-based use cases whenever it came to digital currencies.
So you understand truly what's being laid out in front of us. And if y'all are watching this video right now in 2025, and you truly understand what Quant Network is doing globally, and you are positioning yourself accordingly, your future self will greatly thank you. Because if the G7 and the G20 and the World Economic Forum meetings and the BRICS nation meetings plans actually go into place as far as the digitizing of their economies globally, and if these standards like ISO TC 307 actually go into place with all of their working committees, all 8 of them, truly understand what that means for some of these ISO tokens that we hold. And you have your ISO 222, which is that global messaging standard for sending money between banks, money transmitters. Understand, we are truly getting an upgrade globally, something that hasn't happened in almost 50 years when it comes to the economy. And if you're attaching yourselves to some of these distributed ledger technology players that have coupled themselves with governments, central banks, multinational conglomerates, you can't lose, because these players are going to continue to be who they are in the future. The only difference is their background infrastructure has changed. So when these processes are now flowing through that particular company, the network that's being utilized, that back-end infrastructure, your Quants, your Hederas, your XLMs, your XRPs, things of that nature, will greatly benefit from the utilization of the technology. Okay, you guys, follow me. I think about this so much bigger than crypto or stupid meme coins. And don't get me wrong, I had my heyday in meme coins. When I first started down this whole realm, I was introduced to Dogecoin. Then I went from Dogecoin to Shiba Inu. Then I went, after understanding exactly what blockchain was and watching more and more about Shiba and the ecosystem and all those things, which then piqued my interest, and it made me say, you want to know what? If there is something called a meme, like let's just say a McDonald's version of this, then it has to be a filet mignon coming from the most expensive steakhouse as well. And that's when I stumbled upon the ISO tokens, because to me that is your filet mignon, if you like, steak. That is your most expensive 27-course meal at the most expensive restaurant in Vegas. And some of the things like these things have immense value. That's what I'm getting at. And although there's a sector for meme, and will a lot of that sector be regulated away once these global regulations go into place? Absolutely. And there's going to be a few that stay. But know that I don't want McDonald's every day of my life. I would prefer something a little more healthier, that's top tier, coming from a Michelin star restaurant, if you get what I mean. So with that being said, I thank y'all for rocking with me doing this one. I thank y'all for tuning in doing this one. And if you truly made it all the way through this entire video, type in Overledger. That way I know you made it all the way through. Until the next time, y'all already know. Peace out.